The invisible. You are not poor in any dramatic way. You have a roof over your head, you have food in the refrigerator, your car runs, most of the time. You pay your bills a few days late, but you pay them. By every official measure, you are fine. You are, statistically speaking, one of the people the system is working for. But you walk into a room and nobody turns their head. You speak in meetings and your ideas get repeated back to you 20 minutes later by someone else. Everyone agrees with that person. You post something online and it gets 4 likes. 3 of them are from your mother. You go to the same coffee shop 3 times a week for 2 years. The barista still asks your name every single time. You are 34 years old. You work at a company you cannot fully explain to your relatives at Thanksgiving. You do something with spreadsheets. You do something with processes. You sit in a cubicle that looks like every other cubicle. The people 2 rows over have been there longer than you, and they do not know your last name. You go home to an apartment that is clean and small and quiet. You eat dinner alone most nights. You scroll through photographs of people who seem to be doing more interesting things than you are. You do not resent them exactly. You just wonder how they got there. You wonder what they did differently. You wonder if there was a moment they crossed a line you missed. You go to bed at a reasonable hour. You sleep adequately. You wake up and do it again. This is not tragedy. This is not suffering. This is the texture of an ordinary life, lived at an ordinary altitude. Most of the humans who have ever existed have lived exactly here. You should feel grateful, and some nights you do. Other nights you stand at the window and look at the city. You wonder if anyone would notice if you simply stopped showing up. The answer, honestly, is that it would take a while. A few weeks, maybe a month. Someone at work would eventually notice the empty chair. Someone would call. But the world would not stop. The world does not stop for people at this level. That is the defining feature of this level. Level 2, the competent. Something shifts in your early 30s. You stop trying to be liked, and you start trying to be good at something. You pick one thing. Maybe it is your career. Maybe it is a craft. Maybe it is a sport you took up in college and never quite let go of. You decide you are going to stop being mediocre at it. The change is not dramatic. There is no montage. There is just the slow accumulation of unglamorous hours. You read books about your field. You watch videos late at night. You practice things that are boring. You make mistakes in public and you correct them in private. After about 2 years, something happens. People start asking you questions. Not strangers, coworkers first. Your boss pulls you into a meeting to explain something to a client. The client nods. Your boss looks at you differently after that meeting. A month later, you get a raise you did not ask for. You join a running club on a Saturday morning. Within 6 months, you are one of the faster people in the group. Nothing dramatic. You are not winning races. But new members show up and ask you for advice. You give it. They take it. The advice works. They come back the next week. You are becoming, without quite noticing, someone with a small reputation in a small circle. Competence is the first form of status that actually belongs to you. Everything before this was assigned. Your family name, your neighborhood, your school, the face you were born with. Competence is the first thing you earned. You begin to understand why people chase it. Being good at something changes how you walk into rooms. You still sit in a cubicle. Your apartment is still small. Your bank account has not transformed. But when you speak, people stop talking. That is new. You are careful with it. You do not want to lose it. You start to notice how rare this actually is. Most people drift through their careers without ever becoming good at anything specific. They stay generalists. They stay replaceable. You are no longer replaceable. That word, replaceable, starts to mean something different to you. It is the line that separates 2 kinds of workers. You have crossed it. Level 3, the connected. Competence alone has a ceiling. You hit it around 37. You are as good as you are going to get at your craft through practice alone. Further growth requires something else. It requires people. You figure this out by accident. A former coworker reaches out and asks if you want to grab coffee. You almost say no because you are tired and it is a Tuesday night. You say yes anyway. She tells you her company is hiring. The role pays $20,000 more than you currently make. She walks your resume to the hiring manager personally. 3 weeks later, you have a new job. You did not apply for it. You did not interview in the normal sense. You had a conversation with someone who already trusted you. That is when you understand. The real economy is not the economy of resumes and job postings. The real economy is the economy of relationships. You start paying attention. You start saying yes to coffees and dinners and introductions that feel like they might go nowhere. Some of them do go nowhere. A surprising number of them do not. You meet a woman at a conference who runs a podcast in your industry. She invites you on as a guest. The episode gets 15,000 downloads. People start sending you messages on professional networks. Recruiters reach out. A competitor offers you a job you did not ask for. You stay where you are, but you use the offer to negotiate a better title. Your email signature changes. You notice that the people around you